How did we help the Woobles launch and achieve almost $1 million a month in sales on Amazon? I'm going to show you in today's video. I'm Josh Hackett, CEO of EHP Consulting Group. Let's dive in. So you can see the Woobles case study right on our website and what we've done for them and how many sales they've generated. You can just go to the Woobles on Amazon. They're a very popular crochet brand, and you can see how much money they are making. Let's double check. All right, so we can check out the Woobles, and right now it's not saying the monthly revenue, but it is saying 5,000 bought in the past month just on Narwhal. We can check the Penguin. The Penguin has 6,000 bought in the past month, right? So we already know right off the bat, 6,000, and they're selling it for around $29.95 a piece. So you can just do 6,000 a month times $29.95. So it's making $179,000. Let's go back, $179,000 a month just on the Penguin, and the Narwhal has 5,000 a month sold right now. And then we can again do 5,000 times $29.95, and that's another 150,000. So right off the bat, just these two items are making $300,000 a month, which is just crazy. We created their listings, we helped them launch on Amazon right from the get. So I'm giving you the actual steps on what we did, and it's not that complicated. Now, of course, I have this launch strategy sheet that we have, and we kind of just go through this just to see, okay, do they have the Amazon Seller Central account, right? Next step, brand registry and verify that they have a trademark. That's super important for credibility so they can get access to Amazon Vine, A+ content, and other different things. Then we create their listings. We ship the items into Amazon FBA. This one's optional if they want to ship it themselves, but we always recommend FBA. We optimize the listings, we enroll the product in Vine, and we launched with a decreased 30-day only sale price. This is like the honeymoon period. Some people say the honeymoon period is not there anymore, but this method still works, honeymoon or not. Then we'll create the Amazon ads, optional but highly recommended. Social media and influencers, this is your time to push your products. Hey, we're on Amazon now, to social media people sending your product for free so they can do, hey, look at, I made a crochet kit. This item is very easy to pretty much send to influencers. They create the crochet kit, right, and give their experience. Giveaways, external traffic, which we'll talk about, but that's like rebate if you wanted to do a giveaway that helps spike your sales and increase velocity, which gets you to the first page, which then increases all of your sales. Google ads, Facebook ads, pushing back to Amazon FBA or your Amazon listing. But just make sure you're not doing any review manipulation services or black hat tactics, right? Or else Amazon will know and you could get shut down and then your whole launch goes to shit. You don't want that. After launch, you want to continue to send external traffic to Amazon, and then if you want increasing the spend on Amazon ads, once you start generating a good momentum, you can slow down your Amazon advertising spend. Some of our clients are able to even turn off all of their Amazon ads and still maintain sales. I know that's unheard of, but we have a lot of clients that do that as well. That happens. And then we re-optimize your entire listings every 45 to 90 days, depending on how you're ranking, how your sales are doing. And this is the part that people don't do. Then we revamp your ads, your listing imagery, and review. We do different ad videos, A to B test your listings. And then, of course, if everything's going good, it's time to launch more products and generate more sales, right? You can do all the strategies mentioned above to get the best results, but it's kind of up to you. Now, pretty much what we did for the Woobles is we set everything up for them. We got them all into Amazon, and we said, hold. Don't push any influencers to your listings yet. Don't push anything. Let's get everything set up first. So you have a checklist, right? Just like this. Here's an example of a checklist. You take everything from here and then you actually make a step-by-step launch checklist with them, and you go through it with the client, you go through it yourself, and it's so important to have a checklist instead of just pretending to memorize it. You want to have everything in place before you push influencers or run Amazon ads. So again, section 1, you're going to make sure you create that listing and you do it right the first time. The great title, great bullet points, description, back-end keywords, back-end A+ content keywords, back-end brand story. You should be having a brand story and A+ content on your listing, right? And then have a price strategy. When you're launching, you want to be one of the lowest prices because it's easier to get positive reviews with a low price because people are going to be like, this is a great price, 5-star, even if it's not a 5-star product, right? Just because you have a great price, it's 5-star worthy. And then you can slowly increase your price to your target price. This is something that almost no clients want to do. Nobody wants to do this, but it works the best. So don't say, hey, I'm not going to do the pricing strategy and launch with the high price. You're not going to get as good results. I promise you that. The main imagery. Your main image has to stand out. If you're, especially in a competitive category, right? When we launched them on Amazon, there was almost no competitors, so they didn't really have to stand out that much. That being said, all of their listings are professionally taken. Like, this is a real image, it's not a 3D image, and that does make a difference compared to a lot of the competitors which have 3D images, and you can tell that the 3D image is just a mock-up. It looks like AI created it compared to an actual photo, right? Then having a video on your listing. So having a video on your listing is super important. That helps with credibility as well. And at the bottom of the A+ content, or in the A+ content, you can also add a video if you wanted, and that helps. A lot of people miss out on this too. Making sure your A+ content has HD images, it flows. Let's look at their A+ content, right? How it flows, how it explains everything. It's got the credibility, it's got people creating the product. Legit, it's real. That's what's the point of the A+ content. It's supposed to help convert and provide that extra credibility so people purchase your products. You can also upsell them on your other products here. Like, we've got Pierre the Penguin, we've got their bunny, their lion, their little chick, their fox, right? And then their dinosaur. And you can see, is this for beginners? Maybe they could change it to have intermediate, expert levels, right? Different kits, but that's gonna help upsell them as well. Next is going to be the brand story, and that's super important as well. That helps with back-end keywords. And then Amazon Vine. Amazon Vine is where you give your product away and you can get up to 30 reviews. And this is a great service to generate your reviews. And then reviews as well. So if Amazon Vine doesn't work, you could have a friend purchase an item and leave a review. This is definitely a gray hat tactic. So your friend should probably be in a different state, right? And you don't want them to do it a lot. It can't be family, so you need to just be a little bit weary if you have friends purchase it. Should be a friend that lives very, very far away in a different state, different last name, stuff like that. Inventory. You need to be in stock on FBA. So don't run out of stock at all costs. And then the PPC budget of $2,000 a month. You could do $1,000 a month to start, or even $500, but I recommend to have $1,000 a month for PPC budget. And then even better would be to start out with $2,000 a month. Because if you hit it really hard from the beginning, right? So if you type in crochet kit, if you hit it very hard from the beginning, you have a really, really good price, right? It's gonna push you to the first page organically if you follow all these steps. If you get to the first page organically, your sales are going to skyrocket. And then if you increase your price, your sales are still going to maintain. So that's what we wanna do. We wanna do all of these things at once and get you to the front page as quickly as possible. Now, when we go to the launch strategy, there's also, again, the social media influencers and the giveaways. And this is super important as well. If you want that extra boost, not everybody needs it, right? These are optional. But if you want that extra boost and you know how to run Google ads or Facebook ads, or you have a Facebook expert or a Google ads expert, you can run those. There's also rebate.com. So what rebate.com, let's go here. As you can see that we even used rebate is, let's go actually incognito, rebate, so you can see what it is. So what you can do is you can list your product on rebate, right? And what they can do is you can give your product potentially away for a discount or free. And you can have actual people go to your listing and you can click redeem offer, and they type in kids barbecue grill, find your product, purchase it, and that shows Amazon that people are typing in kids barbecue grill, finding your product, purchasing it, and then you reimburse them. and this helps you get to page 1 very quickly. You just can't overdo it, because then Amazon's going to think that your listing has too much velocity. But you can do this, and this really helps with sales very well. Okay, so that's another thing that you can do. This one anybody can do. The rebate is just giveaways. You're not asking for a review, so it's not against Amazon's terms of service. So it's a great way. And then influencers. So one of our clients, Bad Cards for Good Golfers, right? They hit like $100,000 during the holiday season. Right now it's winter as of making this video, so their sales aren't as high. But during the golf season, during the holiday season, their sales go crazy. And what they did is, not only are we running Amazon ads, we're optimizing their listings, we're doing everything we can, but they are running little influencer campaigns. So they made their own TikTok, and they're making their own videos on how to use the product. You can see this one has 5 million views. And this one helped spike their sales as well. You can see how many comments, they've got everybody wants it. And what happens when somebody sees a viral video? Yes, they like it, yes, they share it, but they go back to Amazon to buy the product. So this helps spike the sales, helps them get to page number 1, and helps them, most importantly, maintain their sales. So make sure that you're making a nice little launch checklist. So again, step number 1 is just to kind of review this on, your full product launch, and then take what you want from it, and then step number 2 is to make your own little checklist, right? Now this doesn't have to be perfect, but you want it to be clean, just like this one is. Okay, clean and to the point on how you want to do it. Now, step number 3 is to make sure you work to implement this. Now you're implementing it one at a time. Don't try to do everything at once. Why wouldn't you do everything at once? Well, if you try to do everything at once and you run Amazon ads, or you run an influencer campaign to a listing that's not done yet, it's not fully optimized. Like let's say you forgot to add the best first photo, or you forgot to add secondary photos, or you don't have a good description, right? Your Amazon ads aren't going to convert as well. Your influencer campaigns aren't going to work as well, right? And I've seen this happen many times where a client's like, hey, I want to run ads right now before their listing's fully optimized. What happens is their ads don't do as well. They have, if you're paying $1,000 a month, you want to make like $5,000 a month in return, $10,000 a month in return. But if your listing isn't good, people aren't going to buy it even if they're clicking on it. You need to have your listing fully optimized first before you run your ads, before you run your advertising campaigns, your influencer campaigns and stuff like that. That's my professional recommendation. And then number 4 is going to be not running out of inventory. So be ready. If you do this right, just like we did with the Woobles, if you do this right, you need to make sure you're ready to order more inventory. All right. So the thing about them is, when they were selling so many, their manufacturer was able to recreate like 1,000 units a day, and that helped them stay in stock. So make sure you talk to your manufacturer. You even have a backup manufacturer if possible, so you can be ready to stay in stock. Once you run out of stock, especially on a new listing, all your momentum is gone. So when you get to the first page and you run out of stock, Amazon shoves you down and puts all of your competitors in front of you. And all that hard work that you did is thrown in the trash 90% of the time. So when you get back in stock, you're like, oh, it's going to be great. No, you missed your opportunity. You ran out of stock. And again, this is something I need to repeat over and over and over again. Have extra stock. Be ready for stock outs. If you do run out of stock, you've got like 2 weeks to get it back in. If it takes longer than 2 weeks, your rank on Amazon goes lower and lower and lower and lower. Once you get back in stock, it's really hard to generate that momentum and that sales again. When you have momentum, you want to save it. You want to go crazy. Call your manufacturer. We need inventory shipped via air directly to Amazon today. Just be ready. Number 5 is don't be afraid to make changes to your product checklist as needed. It doesn't have to be perfect, okay? Some people want everything to be perfect. It's never going to be perfect, right? Maybe week 1, week 2, week 3, maybe you change the pricing strategy a little bit, right? You have week 1, week 2, and week 3 50% off. and then you start increasing it, right? If you increase it too fast, sometimes you lose a lot of momentum. So slow and steady wins the race, and you need to change things. Maybe your influencer campaign is going to take longer, or you want to do it earlier, right? So just be okay with things being changed. It doesn't have to go perfect every single time. The goal is sales, as much sales as possible, and it doesn't have to be perfect. Now, number 6 is you can also utilize extra services. There are services like Viral Launch that I've used before. They do work. You can go to pricing and then launches, and you can see how much their launches cost in different things. Now, their launches are pretty much everything I already discussed in this video, like the giveaways, external traffic. They're going to do the same exact thing for you, but you're going to pay them a premium. So if you wanted somebody else to do it, you can contact us. If you want us to do it manually, and you can learn how to do it. But if you just want somebody hands off, Viral Launch can also do it for you. So you can see massive buyer exposures. They boost visibility, coupons. They do external traffic for you. They're going to be doing giveaways as well. So you give away like 100 products. Pretty much their goal is to get you to page number 1. But all of these steps I have right here, they're going to be using the same exact steps, right? They're just going to have it like all tailored into one little package and then help you do that. But if you don't understand how to do it, how Viral Launch is doing it, then you're never going to be able to do it yourself. And you're going to have to always pay Viral Launch, and they could cut it off early or something like that, especially if you run out of stock and you're like, oh, I want to do it again, and Viral Launch doesn't tell you how they did it. Then there's going to be a process. So make sure you learn how to do it. If you're hiring a consultant or you're hiring a service, figure out what steps they're doing. Where are they getting this external traffic? Are they running Facebook ads? You want to learn the launch process yourself, because it's one of the most important processes of making money long-term on Amazon. But that's it for today's video. Leave a comment below on a launch strategy that I forgot to mention. If you learned something new, drop a like, and if you're an Amazon seller, I recommend subscribing to our channel, because we're giving away great content that's going to help you in your Amazon journey. And of course, if you need any help with increasing sales, anything mentioned in this video, or just help selling on Amazon, contact EHP Consulting Group. The link is right in the description to contact us or schedule a call. Also, our #1 service is our full A to Z Amazon account management service. This is where we'll fully manage your inventory, calling Amazon, customer service, advertising, increasing sales, product launches, and much, much more. The benefit of the service is so you can spend time working on your business instead of in your business every day, like calling Amazon for hours on end just to fix an issue, or trying to do an entire launch process yourself without really knowing the full steps. Save money, time, and increase your sales with ehpconsultinggroup.com. I'm Josh Hackett, CEO of EHP Consulting Group, and I'm signing out.